Hey everyone, I've been deciding how to structure this video for like the last week, and I'm sure at this point I'll edit even more than I have already, but in this video I just wanted to talk about some of the games I played growing up and how it impacted my life today. So, to start out, I'll divide this video into two different sections and just talk about a few of the games and why they hold a special place in my heart. This isn't a best of the generation or a best of all time list. This is just me trying to branch out creatively and maybe have some fun along the way, because why not? As a side note, I've been subbed to channels like Video Game Donkey, Nakey Jakey, and Scott the Wise for a pretty long time, and they all make some amazing content. But at least to my knowledge, there's not really a set of content creators that makes gaming content that's personal to my experience. Like the 420 MLG gamer stuff, like 2008 to 2012 games, Wii Sports Resort, Black Ops 1, stuff like that. So I'm looking to personally fill that void. So without any further ado, So based off the intro, here I'm obviously talking about Wii games, and you can't really talk about Wii games without mentioning the one that pretty much started it all for the whole console. And here, Wii Sports is obviously the game I'm talking about, with only 5 different sports. See if I can name them off here without stuttering too much. We had tennis, golf, bowling, basketball, baseball, and boxing. I almost had them. And I don't know, it's such a simple game with, again, only 5 sports, but awesome control system. I would call up my neighbor every single day. We would play literally for hours after we got home from school, and then eventually my dad would get home, tell us to get off. He has to watch the local on the 8s. Don't really know why he had to watch the weather after we got home with work, but that's not really a big deal. And side note here, super cool for the developers to make not really a repetitive sports game and including that skill level. I'll probably flash a graphic on here of AI that got increasingly difficult as your skill level went up. Well, in retrospect, maybe a little too difficult. So, next up, we've got a little bit of an unpopular opinion, and that is my view on the Super Mario Galaxy games. I put 2 way above 1. That isn't really a gameplay thing. When I was young, I saw the advertisement for Super Mario Galaxy 2. I got that game. I never really played one. I never saw the advertisement for it, so I can't really have a good opinion on there. An amazing game. It really changed the 3D platforming up with the fluctuating gravity that they included, and I don't know, it really gave a new scene to the whole 3D platformer thing that we've been seeing for, I don't know, ever since, I guess Mario 64. Yeah, when it first came out, I begged my mom for probably months to get that game, and every time she would take me to like the Best Buy or Target or anything with a demo booth, I would sit there for hours while she shopped and tell her that she could just meet me up later. Side note here, sorry to the Best Buy employees for sitting there for so long. And last up, to wrap up the Wii section without listing every single game I played on there, is obviously a lot, but Mario Kart. I played the hell out of this game, and I played a lot of different games in my day. Probably flash a couple of them on the screen while I'm talking. And out of everything I've played, it's the only game that I can confidently say that I'm good at, and I don't know, I had to be. When it first came out, I only had single player, didn't have a router to play, so I had to beg my mom to buy a router. She was really confused on that. Why did I need a router to play a game? I already had the Wii in the game, why do I need something else to play it? So at that point, I spent $50 of my own money and bought the router in the background, and at this point, for a little kid, I had to be invested in the game. $50 in the hole, it's time to grind. And grinded, I did. Did the time trials, I looked at every shortcut on every map. Thing was though, I never really was interested in the single player for the game. The game overall, I think it's okay. It had a lot of decent looking maps with a lot of different themes on there. A lot of Nintendo characters I never knew about. Not you. And I don't know, a lot of different modes to keep the player interested, but I was an online player and that's all I did. And I spent so many hours coming home from school playing Mario Kart, trying to get my, I think it was VR, the highest it can be. And I don't know, that's probably one of my favorite games of all time, and definitely my favorite Wii game of all time. So, to wrap this section up in short, Nintendo, they made some simple games with some addicting gameplay. Just a solid library of games built around an even more solid control system. And as a plus, my parents thought it was an active console, so they sometimes got along on the Action 2 scene and played Wii Sports with a little tennis racket, or the rowing game in Wii Sports Resort. I don't know, super cool. Next up though, like my sudden change in clothes, came a pretty stark contrast to the games I played from Wii's family-centered, family-oriented type of game. So here, things really started to seem like a golden age. This was the time to be a gamer, in my opinion. My mom really never let me play M-rated games, but luckily I had a really cool uncle. He always took me to GameStop, paid for half the game, and never told my mom that I had an M-rated game. So that was super cool. It was heaven for an 11-year-old. Do I want to see graphic content in the game? Yeah. Do I want to see historical content? Well, less yeah, but I'm still on board. Do I want to keep my friends up playing on Kino till round 11 and inevitably dying? Hell yeah. Black Ops 1 did it all, and it did it all right. It had enough different modes to keep a lot of different players interested with gun game, sticks and stones, while at the same time having the classic games like Team Deathmatch, Hardcore, Team Deathmatch, stuff like that. And it didn't feel super stagnant, at least to me. I didn't play this game with sound. I never could afford a Turtle Beach, so I had, as probably behind me right now, the crappy little $5 eBay mic. It broke at least once every 2 or 3 months, so I probably should just save money to get the Turtle Beach, but that's not the point. I didn't need game audio then. I had Xbox Live Party Chat, and that would keep me entertained all night. And at this point, I've peaked as an 11-year-old. I'm playing the best game of all time with some of my best friends of all time. Really, what could be better than this? Oh. Black Ops 2. I didn't buy this one on release because, again, a poor little 13-year-old gamer. I can't go to GameStop, I don't have an ID to show them. So I watched in what seemed like forever as all my friends played it on. I could see it on the little Xbox 360 drop-down menu, all my friends on Black Ops 2, and I'm stuck with these little stinky 60s guns and these stinky 60s graphics on Black Ops 1. And I don't know, it seemed like an eternity. But eventually I got the game, of course, and at this point, my friends and I weren't just having fun nights playing Call of Duty. We were hardened, seasoned veterans of Call of Duty, and we played for KDA and to grind in the ranked mode. I still didn't have game audio, so I was pretty bad, but they let me play alongside them anyway, and I don't know, life is great, the action is great, but what do we do when one of our dads tells us to shut up and go to bed, because he's going to bed? How do we sideline this explosive action of war? Minecraft was the game that let you do it all, yet at the same time confining you to such a simple set of rules. You mine and you craft, but somehow in such like a simple gaming concept, nearly infinite possibilities were available. I look back thinking about all this, especially typing this video up, and I always wish I had kept my original world. I know years later it's probably stuck on some Xbox hard drive or some flash drive I threw out or left at school somewhere, but every world had such unique memories, and I could remember, if I think about it hard enough, just talking to my friends on Xbox, making each individual thing. And I don't know, as time went on, I could see myself progress as a person as my stuff got more mature and more complex. I never really watched those Minecraft YouTube channels, and so everything that I made was really a projection of my own creativity. And I don't know, that's probably, I'd put Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Minecraft as my top 3, and whatever, on a different day it would be in a different order as my top 3 on the Xbox. And on top of all that, we had the Xbox Live Arcade, which was an awesome space for like independent creators to show that they didn't need the AAA title to sell a good game. I can think back, I think Happy Wars and Doritos Crash Course were 2 of my favorites. I don't know, if you found a good game that was free, then your friends are all playing it, and if you found one that had multiplayer, you hit the jackpot. And you and your friends had a game to play for months on end, or at least until the next Minecraft patch came out. So, to wrap up, you probably already knew it since clicking on this video, but this isn't, again, a greatest of all times list. or a golden age of gaming. This is just the games that were fun for me. They weren't even the games of the year for their respective years, but that's okay. The Wii was such a perfect console for a kid growing up. Graphically, nothing too impressive, nothing too challenging, but an awesome set of controls that really got me invested into gaming. And again, as a plus, my parents thought it was an active system, so I was being healthy. They got to play along sometimes, and I don't know, that was always a real cool thing to see. My parents were really never interested in games I played, but whenever the Wii was out, they joined in with me. And then secondly, we had the Xbox. And you could say that showed me maturing, as much as a 13-year-old can mature. But playing more serious games, trying to get better. And again, I didn't have game audio playing Xbox 360, of course. On the one, I have a headset. But that's the thing. I wasn't looking for Grammy-winning audio tracks or buttery smooth control inputs and 4K hyper-realistic visuals. Games were more simple then, and life was more simple then for me. I was just having mindless fun, making some of my happiest memories on the Xbox and the Wii. As I wrap this video up, just sort of a shout out to the older viewers watching this. When a game like Fortnite or another game that will inevitably meme for the next 2 months or so comes out, don't make fun of little kids for playing it, and let them enjoy their little golden era, golden age of gaming. And to the younger viewers that are watching this, enjoy it while it lasts. Games won't always be this fun for you, so don't let a meme tell you that a game's not fun, stop playing it. Just do what you like and enjoy it. Let me know what games you guys played when y'all were little, or games that you play now, and why they mean a lot to you. I'd be happy to read them. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I did it. I didn't mess up on a recording. Let's go. My phone fell as I did that. That was tight. I was playing some of my favorite games with some of my best friends, making some awesome memories. I don't know, I can't even describe how awesome it was. That's so cringe. Maybe a little too difficult. I'm making content, Jonathan! When you see kids today playing Fortnite, don't be too cringy, Trey. You know better than that. It's gamers, they don't care what you say.